Sometimes we go to the airport to head out on a trip. Sometimes we go to the airport to return home. What about a trip to the airport that starts a lifelong journey, and one that's still going decades later? Father John Eustice flew into Chicago Midway to meet a friend who had been working in Chicago and drive his car back home with him to Las Vegas. When that car died at the Midway parking garage, the quest to fix it snowballed into something much bigger for John.
When people ask me what made me become a Viatorian, it's right here at Midway Airport is a major piece of the story. So my friends and I, we were all very active at the Newman Center at UNLV in Las Vegas, Nevada. One of my friends is actually really considering becoming a Viatorian brother or priest, and he was slated to come to Chicago and help out with retreats with young people for about a period of 2 or 3 weeks. So Ryan says to me, "Hey John, would you fly to Chicago and drive back to Vegas with me? We'll make a road trip out of it." I said, "Yeah, sure, I'm originally from Illinois, let's do it." So I took a red-eye flight right here to Midway Airport. It's a Sunday morning, about 6 o'clock, and he sees me and he says, "Hey, guess what?" And I'm like, "I don't know what, other people are coming on the trip with us?" He's like, "No, when I got off of the interstate, the car just kind of shut down, but then it turned back on again, so I don't know if it's gonna work or not." And I was like, "Okay, great, we're only going 2,000 miles. We come right here to this parking garage and we try to get the car started. It wouldn't work. So I knew a little bit about mechanics because I had a piece of junk Ford as well. His was a 1993 Ford Escort, and I tried to get it going, didn't work. We tried to get new gas put in it, didn't work. Eventually, and this is before cell phones, we called AAA over the phone to get us towed all the way to Arlington Heights. I had no plans of being at the Viatorian Province Center in Arlington Heights, Illinois, but there we were stranded. I got stranded there for 3 days. Turns out that the ignition switch of that 1993 Ford Escort, burgundy in color, hatchback, 5-speed manual transmission is what burned out. And yes, I still have this. If I ever become a saint, this might be valuable. And this is part of my origin story as a Viatorian. So then we go to Arlington Heights. I actually had to push the car out of this parking garage, down the spiral, and then eventually AAA came with their tow truck and brought us the 35 miles out to Arlington Heights, dropped us off there, and that's where we were for about 3 days. Now, when I was there, I wasn't thinking about becoming a Viatorian brother or priest. I was just with my friend. But that's where I met a whole bunch of brothers and priests in the summer. They were wearing like t-shirts or polos and cargo shorts, sandals. They even were drinking a beer. And I was like, wow, they can do this? But it wasn't like, hallelujah, I found my home. It was more like, okay, normal people. I never knew that priests and brothers could be that way. So fast forward, car gets fixed, we get a new ignition switch, we camp our way all the way back out to Las Vegas, and I get back into my classes in the fall, and I'm walking from one class to another across the main quad at UNLV, and my phone rings. So I answer it, and I hear, "Hey, this is Brother Corey, the vocation director for the Viatorians. Remember me when you were stranded in Chicago?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, your friends were telling me you might be interested in becoming a brother or priest." And I was like, how did he get my number and why are they saying this about me? But something down here made me go, And I got really scared because I was going to become a teacher. I was going to buy a house, get married, have a dog, have a family, live life happily ever after. But now this thing, something in here said, it might be a little bit different. So then Corey encouraged me eventually to go on a vocation come and see retreat in Arlington Heights. So I said, fine, I will go to it. Let's kill this idea that's here. So I fly to Chicago later that I didn't get stranded at the airport that time, but in the middle of the winter, I fly to Chicago, attend this vocation retreat, and it went from a to a and I was like, no, this is screwing up my plans. Well, the next summer, like my friend Ryan, I ended up helping out on summer retreats. We did a whole week in a soup kitchen with college kids and teens, serving people here in Chicago, and eventually it went from a to a to a, I think so. So eventually I said, well, I have to check this out because this is something that's not going away. You know, when you leave your house and you wonder, did I leave the garage door open or did I leave the front door unlocked? And that thought is with you for the whole day. There's two things that you can do to check it out. Number one is go back and look. And the other one is call somebody and ask them, hey, can you check for me? Well, and that's what discernment is. We go back ourselves and we look, and we also rely on others to ask them to check for us as well. And that's how I'm here as a Viatorian now. For more than 20 years I've been in vows, and you never know if Southwest Airlines or Ford Motor Company or an invitation from somebody might actually be God asking you, hey, have you considered this? And I'm just grateful that this is the origin of my vocation story.